What's good, YouTube universe? Fizz and Friends Gaming back here with another Madden Stars Week 2 matchup here in a Thursday night prime time. Fizzleman 1, Fizzleman signing in like always. As you don't know, now you know. I'm here as this right here, Madden Stars. If you don't know what it's about, it's all about comparing the real life superstars you see in front of you as well as Madden Stars as you see right here is about to happen. Therefore, we got the Cleveland Browns, who are in real life a subpar team from last season. This is their first primetime game in the nightlife. We got it going as Cleveland Browns took on the Ravens last week. In real life, they did take a loss. In this case, in our world, we did take a loss. The Cleveland Browns in real life and in Madden Stars took a loss from last season. So as they coming in this home opener, they looking to get this W, as the Cincinnati Bengals, who in real life also took a loss in their debut home opener, I believe so. But who they was going against? The Chargers. And in our world, Joe Burrow and the Bengals took the dub. So in this case, the Cleveland Browns, Baker Mayfield, the whole squad was looking to take this W, as Joe Burrow is looking to keep the streak going, as he's on a 1-game win streak. As in Madden Stars, he's up 1, and in real life, he's down 1. But let's get this game going and see what it looks like in the outcome. But give y'all a quick heads up, in real life outcome, the Cleveland Browns, Cincinnati Bengals, this game end up in real life Browns taking the W. And as the Browns is taking the W, we got Fizzleman Picks Lounge. We here about to get this going. This is Fizzleman Picks Lounge. Fizzleman picks the Cleveland Browns as well to take this W. So as real life says in that, Fizzleman picks says in that, and as we got the world on our side this time, as the overall is the world voting, saying the world is gonna beat the Cincinnati Bengals, as despite the Cincinnati Bengals coming off a W in our world. But let's see what happens. It could be a Burrow game, or the Browns are going to come out on W. That's the big matchup here tonight. Let's get it going.
Tonight, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
We're in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. And they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
First game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead. And we're off in week 2. Now it's Wilson. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bengals set and ready to go on offense, leading the charge out of LSU. Joe Burrow, the #1 overall pick back in April.
And when you talk about the traits that make Joe Burrow successful, you got to start with his head. This guy thinks the game, sees the game, loves the game. Then you go to the arm. He can make every throw. And then within a play, second and third reaction plays that are big ones downfield. That was why he won the Heisman Trophy, and that was why I voted for him, in addition to him winning a national championship.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now it's Burrow. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
Complete to Giovanni.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. JoJo Natson back deep. It's taken to the 26.
JoJo Natson on the...
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 34. First carry for Nick Chubb, and he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Ball carrier.
In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
To Nick Chubb. He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still third down.
Not ideal there. That delay of game backs him up 5 yards. So now they need 7 yards on third down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion. 41-yard line.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. We're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Being chased out left. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
No gain on the play.
You don't see that a ton, do you? Where the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
On third down, Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
10 more yards. That's another Browns first down.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb, he'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there.
Dunlap on the tackle.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
It's caught by OBJ. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Mayfield off the play fake. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Rashard Higgins was the one he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd and goal. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The return man, Wilson. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Wilson on the return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Second and 12 now at the 44-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. His first career touchdown pass, and it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score.
Randy Bullock.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will make it into the end zone. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
At the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mayfield on play action. He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 34.
First and 10.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2-yard line. It's
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Mayfield now. It's caught. Beckham. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
on the play.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And here again comes the rookie Joe Burrow and the rest of the Bengals offense. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. That's caught inside the 20. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line.
8 yards.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to green light that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Burrow 1st down. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
To number 18.
From 17 yards out, and the Bengals have taken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now on 2nd and 13. Mayfield caught left side. It's Beckham.
Mayfield's pass.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver and strike.
Odell Beckham Jr. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 71 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Nice job there by Tyler Boyd, finishing off the connection on the throw. Over 1,000 yards receiving each of the last 2 seasons, with 90 catches in 2019. Was thought to be a complimentary receiver, but with A.J. Green out much of the time, he became a reliable and consistent target.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Bernard getting the handoff from Burrow. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And down right around the 37. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. The safeties were well back there, and he had a lot of room. Were they in the cover too?
Yeah, they were, and the safeties were back. You know, usually they're 12 to 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, somewhere around the hash mark for each of them. But what also happens if the linebackers dive into the line, if you block them initially, that blocker can come off of them and get up to the safeties on the second level, and now you've got a big place to run the football.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it here with Bernard. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one.
14.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. carry for Bernard. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Stop made by Myles Garrett. A 3-yard gain on the play brings up third down.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. That's complete. Bernard. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
And another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up the first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses have their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely, and that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Here's Burrow. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down at the 28. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on 4th down, Burrow will give way to Randy Bullock for the Bengals field goal. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0.
Browns 14.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Now Bullock to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is Joe Natson. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has one touchdown, one interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback, and you know what a free runner turns into?
What?
A free hitter.
Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On second down, here's Mixon. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Joe Mixon on the carry.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
The Bengals on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Nice catch there by A.J. Green. And at the beginning of his career, a perennial Pro Bowl receiver. Been dinged up a little bit the last 2 years, but now he gets a fresh start. Without his friend and quarterback, Andy Dalton, his leadership will be key.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here.
28-yard attempt.
Bullock's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13.
Bengals 27, Browns 14.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. JoJo Nansen now on the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Browns take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try to loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
And bringing it in right side here, Beckham.
That's good.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
47-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And this one is incomplete. Austin Hooper, Pro Bowler a year ago, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught inside the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quickly into the hands of Beckham. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 13-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mayfield with it once more. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and goal, Mayfield to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back. That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down, Mixon, and he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
Larry Ogunjobi on the tackle in his 4th year now out of the University of Charlotte. A big part of this young Browns defense.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Burrow will throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, and now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now. This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. We are just getting started in what should be an incredible second week of the NFL season. So much coming up later this weekend. You've got Tom Brady's home debut as the Bucs host Carolina. The Chargers hosting KC in their first game in the new SoFi Stadium. Remember, the Rams got the home date in week 1. And then to wrap things up, you've got the first home game for the Las Vegas Raiders. It's going to take a while to get used to saying that as they welcome in New Orleans on Monday night. Sean Williams there defensively to break that one up.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They go play action. Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. First down, Mayfield. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit.
A 30-yard attempt.
Seibert's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. But first, the NFL season is in full swing. Let's show the good folks what we've got in store for us later this weekend here in Week 2. In the early window on Sunday, one of the best happens up in Pittsburgh. A big one for the Steelers, as they'll have to do battle with the Denver Broncos. Then, later in the afternoon, we highlight that game going on in Houston, where it'll be the Texans taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And then lastly, the nation gets a good one on Sunday night between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Randy Bullock.
The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Returning it, here's Natson. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
He'd had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 4 yards to pick up, first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down. And
this offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mayfield off the play fake. He finds Beckham complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 27-yard line. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And, oh, what a catch that time by Landry. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
There's Jarvis Landry with the nice reception and pickup there. And when you say Pro Bowl, you better think Jarvis Landry. He's been selected to it every year since 2015. The only season he's missed, his rookie year. And he is durable and tough. We talk about that all the time. How about this for an example? Hasn't missed a game in his first 6 seasons and was a 1,000-yard receiver for the 3rd time in 2019.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
The tackle made.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 4. They could still get a 1st down without scoring. And he slings one that's incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
And that's something that he does consistently, puts quarterbacks on the ground. And Carlos Dunlap, maybe not a household name around the NFL, but everyone knows he comes to play each and every year. He hasn't had less than 7.5 sacks since 2012, had 9 in 2019.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here.
A 32-yard attempt.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
27, Browns 20.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Now it's Wilson. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26.
So here are the Bengals set to take over. They were victorious over the Chargers last week, and now they work with a lead again here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The ball carrier.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he's taken down. The This will be a Brown sack. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
It's 4th down.
Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And there's a good catch by Odell Beckham Jr. And in 2019, even though it was one of the least productive seasons of his career, he was still a 1,000-yard receiver for the 5th time. Also caught the longest reception of his career as well, an 89-yard touchdown against the Jets on a Monday night. Explosive is Odell Beckham Jr.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards there, 1st down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over. And a nice carry and a 1st down for Cleveland. A nice pickup there by Nick Chubb, who's a bright spot for this Cleveland offense. He finished 2nd in the league in rushing in 2019 with nearly 1,500 yards on the ground and got into the end zone 8 times. And how about this for durability? Has not missed a game in his NFL career. What a bounce back from a big-time knee injury while at the University of Georgia.
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd in just about a few inches here. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
It's 2nd and inches.
Rolling to his right. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Baker Mayfield.
And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in.
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. Takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
Seibert on for the PAT. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Slant pass to Boyd. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Yard line, 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. Here's Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, Burrow. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Gotta love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Again, it's Burrow. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
And 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. To return it, it's Nansen. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
They'll take over.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the Browns' 39-yard line.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
27.
Second and 12, operating from the 39. They're passing here. Joe Burrow dancing to his left. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Flushed out right. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
At the 24-yard line.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now it's Burrow. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a Bengals score. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
It's a gain of 5.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
20.
They go play action. Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
Mayfield's pass intended for Jarvis Landry. Incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati set to take over once again. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd and 4.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Here's Natson. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns' drive about to get started. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Jarvis Landry, Pro Bowl wideout, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. That's out to Chubb, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
12 more yards there and another 1st down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate, The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Josh Bynes came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow on the slant complete to Green. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A handoff to Mixon. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. B.J. Goodson there on the tackle. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 24-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Burrow. And his throw is incomplete. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
It's 3rd down and 6 yards.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That's complete. Bernard. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Burrow's pass.
That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers getting together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. C.J. Uzomah there to make the grab. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Now Bullock to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown.
30. Randy Bullock.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now Mayfield lost the football.
Baker Mayfield sacked. A fumble on the play.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Mayfield. This will be caught at about the 5. Mayfield's a minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
He was brought down by
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bengals, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they'll drop to 0-2. And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.